through bruises and knocks on my head.
But once you get over that, once you start to relax, then you can build your arsenal. Then you have, you know, we were talking about it in lunch today, Bob and I, and we said, you know, you learn something really well, then let it go. Go learn something else. Go do something else.
Right. You know how to do it well.
Yeah, you already know how to do. You're doing it. It's perfect. Work on something else.
Yeah, I think
stop that one already.
I think one of the lessons you gave me a couple months ago was teach me something you know very little about.
Right.
I was like,
yeah.
What the?
Yeah.
And I learned so much just by going over it in my head and talking to you about it. I was like, why don't I use this? Apparently, I know it better than I thought.
Right.
But I just didn't practice it.
Because you don't practice it, it doesn't come out.
Yeah.
And if you go back and look at the things that you hate to do, and do those things, and really work on those, and get them to a point where, oh, I like this now, then go to the next thing.
And we're not talking about horse stance, because everyone hates that.
Oh, yeah, the dreaded horse stance. I used to hate being in those. They hurt, dude.
Oh, yeah. But
if you've ever had to stay in there for 15 minutes, you would know what you would know what I'm saying.
See, no, I'm sorry. I do my squat workouts.
Dude, 15 minutes in a horse stance is bad. And I know people who go in there for half hour at a time. I'm like, no.
God bless them, but that's not me.
My legs just start twitching. My eyes just start watering. Hated that.
Yeah, and you see it in every kung fu movie.
Yeah.
So is punishment.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But even that idea, though, as kind of far gone from what we're talking about, the idea of a horse stance is, if you understand what it's meant to develop, what it's meant to be, then again, it has
There's
purpose.
Right. There's a purpose to it, and that's what it is. The things that I make you do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it always is in the idea that if I give you purpose in these things that I ask you to do, and you figure out what that purpose is, then you're more eager to do.
Oh yeah.
You're more readily available to say, okay, wow, is that what that's going to do for me? Cool, I'm going to start doing that. And without that purpose, you just don't want to do it.
No, you don't have any sense of why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Because I'm a big purveyor of the idea of why am I doing this? Why is this happening? Where is this going? And if you don't get that, it's one of the reasons why I love the Belated Mind, is because you guys tell us from the very beginning, hey, we're going to develop or talk about this stuff in hopes to get to this point. How? Because then it becomes the purpose of how and not the why.
Right.
Now we can develop, okay, how do I do this? Oh, how do I develop this skill set? Oh, I can use this drill or this part of this drill. Now I can develop this. Well, what other ways can I develop this idea?
And Danny would call that skill sets, right? Danny says, if you can develop a skill set in every movement that you have,
right,
then you're going to grow that much better.
Yeah, and you have 10 answers to every one move.
Right. And for Danny, the skill set could be as simple as raising your hand or opening a door, right? Yeah. If you can do this really well, what does this mean? Oh, and all the...
I mean, that would be a fun homework for people watching this. Like, what does this become? This motion right here. What does it become in your art?
Yeah.
And everybody, and I bet you they'll have lessons. Oh yeah, you turn the wrist.
You do this thing on that. Oh, that's for this and that's for
right.
That. Yeah, that would be funny. But again, there's a purpose to those things. You look back at the Karate Kid, and back in the day when it first came out, we said that's silliness. Mm-hmm. Wax on, wax off. And he goes, oh, that can't work. And lo and behold, that was actually what we were doing in classes, right? You do that and you change the mindset of it and say, oh, we're cleaning your car and not fighting, much like what we do in our exercise. Oh, we're exercising.
Your mind picks it up.
Yeah, your mind picks it up so much easier, and you say, oh, this is just an exercise, so I'm going to do this.
Because it's easy. You're like, oh, I'm just cleaning. I've cleaned before. I've never been in a fight before, so why am now that fear again? Why am I?
But because you remember this and it's ingrained in your head, then that motion becomes significant to that fight.
And then you do again, to quote Danny, you weaponize it.
Right.
You weaponize the motion.
Yeah. And once you're there, then there's the process that he instills in us. Says, okay, you have this, work that really good, and then weaponize it. Now, you're going to go thumbs up, thumbs down, and it's a whole bit, right? And it turns into this whole thing, and you realize, oh, okay, and now you understand what's going on. But that's the genius of Danny, in that he looks at things.
It's most rudimentary form.
Yeah, in the most simplest thing that says, oh, the hand has to do this. Well, what is that? What
Slash. Thrust. Ah, okay. Parry. Oh, this is a trap. Palm. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, but you gotta love how he thinks of these things. And you're like, okay.
Right.
You know, in the beginning, you get a little skeptical.
Yeah.
Because, oh no, we're doing the Miyagi thing and blah blah blah, and he's like, no. And then he'll show you right away, like, look, here's what this is. Here's what it becomes. Don't look at it for what it is.
Look at it for what it becomes.
Here's what it becomes, and you're like, oh, okay, I get it now. And you start to understand. Now I know why we're doing this.
And the fun part is that, wait, I can make it become that?
Yeah.
It's not you teaching me how to make it become that.
It's the individual that says, oh, look, I made this work.
Right.
The way it was intended. And the thing is, we were talking earlier about, you work a technique in regular classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
You come out and you block, inward blocks, right? And you do this, and you got this perfectness. But in an actual fight, nothing is ever perfect. Nothing looks the way it's supposed to look. But you're, oh shoot, you're just doing, whatever you do. And I remember when I was back in my Kempo days, I was always geared up, ready to go and try to do these things like that. It never worked the way it didn't look the way it was supposed to look.
Punches slip.
But I was still able to do so. But I'm getting hurt, and I just did what I was supposed to do. And I look back at that and I say, God, I was a real crappy martial artist. Because there was no form, there was nothing,
Hold up, time out. You were a crappy martial artist?
Okay, still not. But, and Danny will tell you, Danny has told you guys this before. He goes, yeah,
oh, you're sloppy.
It's real sloppy as hell.
Sloppy as hell.
But it works.
Oh, I know. I've been hit by you many a times.
But that's the thing, if we're looking for perfection in that way, yeah, don't look at me.
Right.
I'm a bad example of that. I wouldn't be a good role model for,
Right. What kind of perfection are you looking for? Are you looking for a visual one? It looks good. You do a kata, a floor routine.
Yeah.
First prize.
Well, I took third place at a tournament, so that was it.
Yeah, but
if there's only 3 of us.
You won by default. In third place in
third place. Hey, at least I'm honest.
Right. But going back to the purpose of things, what is the purpose of why you're practicing what you're practicing?
Right.
For us, it's survival. So fear has to be a conversation that we talk about.
Yes.
The idea of adaptation in the moment has to be something that we talk about because it is a chaotic situation. You don't know, dude comes from the left, dude comes from the right, there's 3 of them, there's 4 of them, you see one, somebody hits you from behind. All these things and possibilities, and it's not just something that we come up with. You see it. You can look up any street fight.
Yeah, you go and Google it, and YouTube will show all these crazy fights.
And you will see it, and it really is scary. But if, again, like you said, you can shed your fear of it in a controlled environment, well, then you can develop that mindset to be able to look beyond the fear.
Right.
Even when you're scared. And okay, I know I'm scared. I know I'm going to get hurt. What can I do? Right now, this moment,
if I have to run, I'm gone. Boom.
Right, but that's a viable response. That's a more realistic response, other than, okay, oh shit, what do I do? What's gonna happen? He's gonna throw right, he's gonna throw left. I should switch. I should use this technique.
Yeah, it's taking too long.
You already got beat up.
That's
But that's our purpose.
Yeah.
And then not to knock anybody else and why they train or how they train, because if that is in line to the purpose in which why you're doing what you're doing.
And granted, I've seen other people work their craft.
Oh yeah.
And it works.
Beautiful.
We're not trying to knock that. Whatever you guys do it. And that's where you train it. Awesome. That is not at all what we're saying.
No, because if it works, more power to you. Keep doing it.
Yeah. Right.
Teach me how to do it.
For me, what works for me is this.
Right.
I've got it to work really well for what I do. And mind you, I've been in other martial arts. I've done Kempo, I've done the other things.
You've been in fights.
And I've been in fights. I do security. I've been doing security for over 40 some odd years. I've been in a few things. and my stuff works for what I needed to do for me, right?
It's intended purpose, yeah.
You know, the fact that I can deflect a car from hitting me properly.
You're never going to let that go, are you?
No, that was
6
always
pins,
fun.
12 pins?
Yeah, that was always fun though. But, you know, the thing is, what I do, because of the way my mindset is, works for what I'm doing. And everybody else out there has, you know, I'm sure you've worked your system in a real fight, and it worked for you.
Oh, yeah.
And that's awesome. That's not what we're trying to say, is that, you know, it's not about ours is better or yours is better. It's like whatever works for you.
What I'd like to do with this, now that we've been doing it for so long, is just kind of get people to start talking so we can find the commonality behind
yeah, that's
why
what these
those
conversations
things work.
are for. Yeah. I mean, how did you get that to work? Show me.
Right.
So I can understand better than maybe incorporate into what I do.
Exactly. Because
You know?
now I can grow my own arsenal, not so much of the physical stuff.
You know, it's funny that this is Kali Conversation, but it's also Kali Sharing.
Right?
You know, because we're sharing to the audience.
Right,
we know.
right.
And when we have our guests come in here, we get them to share, you know, whatever they're talking about. You know, I had gotten a call earlier today, or a text from Mike Cardenas. Awesome guy, he wants to be on the show, and I'm like, yes, because I love the stuff that he does. He's put some stuff on the Learning Lab that just really, I was like, oh, cool stuff.
Very, very small little training modules, but they can become so much more, and they're so simplistic.
Yeah. And I'd love to hear about it. I'm like, cool, let's have
what is his mindset behind those things?
Yeah. Don't worry, awesome. Mike, we're going to get you in here soon enough.
One of these days.
we have
a lineup right now.
Yeah. Amazing.
That didn't expect any of that ever.
No, I have people, you know, and I reached out to some people, and some people are calling me, and I love it, because now you get the sense that everybody wants to openly share. And back in the day when I was playing, nobody wanted to share.
Wait, you haven't paid me.
Yeah, it was taboo. Yeah. Oh no, you don't.
This is
you don't
a secret for our school. Yeah.
You don't give out, you know, ancient Chinese secret.
You know you're Filipino,
right? But now it's everybody seems to be open to the idea that sharing is cool. You know, it's become a thing that people don't mind doing. I mean, like I said, I got, hey, I want to be on your show. You know, oh, how do I get on there? You know, and I'm like, dude,
show up.
Yeah, we'll either come to you or you come to us. Either way,
we'll make it happen.
Come on, we'll make it happen, because I love the idea that there are people out there who become like-minded, like we are, and say, no. You know, you only have 2 hands, 2 feet. What secret are you keeping? You know, you can teach me another way to punch? You know?
Unless I can, you know, shoot fireballs with your training, then...
Yeah, Hadouken?
Yeah. That would be cool.
Yeah, but, you know, so I really love that. I love that people are knocking on the doors and asking, hey, I'd like to have a conversation. And, dude, more happy to. We have Malia de Cascos Bernal. I spoke with her today, and I want to make sure I pronounce those names right, because it's a long name. But she's an awesome lady. I met her for the first time today. We had a great conversation, and she's wanting to get on the show.
I'm
like,
so sorry
cool.
I missed that.
So we have a date set for her for October 4th. She's going to be on the show, so look out for that, folks. We're going to be mentioning her, you know, in the next several shows, just to get everybody set up for that, because that's going to be a lot of fun.
And I have yet to meet her, but from what I read, amazing woman.
Yeah, she's a hoot. She's very outspoken. She's 77 years old. Dude, when I was looking at her, like, whoa, this lady's fit. I mean, you can see the muscles still on her arms, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be a lot of fun. She had this this bracelet, and it's hasped together with a magnet. Okay. Those magnets are pretty strong. You do this, it doesn't fall off, right? So every time she'd move,
it would fly
off. We're like, oh! So just around natural power, this bracelet was just popping off, and you know, and Bob's like, oh, here you go, you know, putting it back on her. But she's got such speed, and she's so graceful. She actually kicked her leg up. I'm like, God, if I could ever kick like that, I'd be happy.
You never could kick like that.
Exactly. I'm like, wow, she's 77 years old, and she's walking, you know, she's playing around like she's in her 30s or something. I was just really amazed.
I might have to start training with her. You, just saying.
Yeah. So she's going to be coming on the show. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Wow, that's amazing.
Then also, as another treat, we have Grandmaster Green.
Ooh,
is
that would
coming
be a
out.
good conversation.
And he has a a unique story about him, is that his stuff didn't come from the traditional Sarada. I mean, he got this from a guy in the military, so that's going to be an interesting, that's going to be a lot of fun to talk about that. And other people that are coming on, we got Mickey Lopez.
Oh yeah.
He's
Dude,
coming
fun.
on.
He has great energy.
Yeah, he's I keep thinking he's really young, but I'm told he's not that young. I keep
Really?
thinking he's in his 30s or something, right? You look at him, you're like,
Yeah. Like this guy, don't give him caffeine.
yeah, but
He's hyper enough.
dude, he's got a lot of stuff under his belt. He doesn't do just
No.
Filipino martial arts. He does boxing. He does.
I do
all
like
the-
his videos. I mean, his training
Yeah.
videos are really cool.
Yeah, if you get a chance to watch those, catch those. 'Cause
Yeah,
those are a
Mickey
lot of fun
Lopez.
to watch. So we got a lot of cool things, and the one that I'm also looking forward to is Carlito.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, talk about an amazing story. This guy fights and teaches. He's a grandmaster, and he does it out of a wheelchair.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
I've been one of the people he demonstrated on, and that power is real. I mean,
Yeah.
that power is intense. The way he just pulls you in, and you're absorbed by what he's doing. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And then I gave it to the next guy. I was like, no, I'm okay. He can be the next dummy, because...
But yeah, so we have a lot of good things lined up for the near future.
Mhm.
September is going to be, we have somebody new almost every week.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a lot of fun.
So you won't get tired of just seeing our two faces every week.
We're just the fillers.
We really are. We're just kind of the guys that talk in between, but we're really excited of where this has gone. And again, we're not out here to promote ourselves or anything.
No. It's not about the bladed mind.
No.
This is about just how you learn to train and what's the thought process that goes behind it.
I love learning.
Yeah.
I love learning. I love expanding my mind and pulling from many resources.
Yeah. If you can learn something from every individual,
Oh my
you'd
gosh.
be incredible.
Yeah.
One of the things that me and Dennis talk about, Dennis Duarte, I told him this phrase. I said, Dennis, God puts people in front of you either for you to learn from or for you to teach them.
I've taken that to heart. That
Yeah.
you told me that years ago, and I'm like, huh. And I love it. I love the idea that there are no coincidences between people and meetings.
Because somebody comes in front of you, you're either going to learn something from them or you're going to teach them something.
Right.
And that's amazing to
And
realize.
why not do both?
Yeah, it's incredible to think that that's the cosmic universe.
Yeah.
Trying to get everybody succinct with what's going on in the world. Right.
And that just, I mean, not to get too far gone with what we talk about here, but that's the kind of community you want to build and be a part of.
Yeah, and for Dennis that would be the tribe.
Oh yeah.
His community.
I would vote for him to be chieftain. You got my vote, Dennis. You gonna wear the big poobah.
It's when you start to look at this and you see how everybody's falling into place, you gotta believe in the cosmic universe trying to direct people.
Oh yeah.
And say, here, go talk to these guys. Oh, get on that show, or go meet up with this person and that person, and just have a conversation.
Just talk.
Yeah.
Just
and that's what this has
share.
become. This is what this Kali Konversation has become.
Yeah. So don't get so hung up on the Kali part. It's it's not about that.
Yeah.
It's about the conversation. The conversation is
definitely.
There's not enough of it, and honestly, in the world we live in right now, it's kind of a lost art.
Yeah, nobody likes to talk. They're always me, or on their phones. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's my turn to talk. Okay, I wasn't listening to what you were saying, but it's my turn now, so you better listen.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I really enjoy the idea that I'm going to learn from you, and you're going to learn something from me.
Even if all you learn is that we might be dumb, but you learned something.
Right. And I want everybody out there to understand that when Nain and I, have been working this, and what we've been doing is, the stuff that you're hearing from us are our life experiences of things that we've seen, done, and but we also do a lot of research.
Oh yeah.
We're not going to kid anybody out there.
No, we don't know as much as you guys may think we know.
But we look into everybody that we have come into the show, and we look into things that we're going to, and how they develop and what they become, right? we don't prep for the show.
No,
That's
we
one
don't.
thing we don't.
There's no
We just-
script.
yeah, it is not scripted.
Mm-hmm.
But the things that we do manage to talk about are things that we believe
Yeah.
are interesting enough for people to listen to.
Or stuff that just happens to come up in our lives or in our
Yeah.
training. Because if there's a big separation between your life and your training, in my opinion, you're doing something wrong.
Right.
There has to be that connecting point. There has to be that thing that carries over that you can take with you in your car, thinking like, hey, he said something during our practice today that really has me thinking, huh, let's explore that a little more.
Right.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about it
Yeah.
a little more. See where it goes.
And when you can have those open conversations and not be judgmental, because
Right.
so far in all of our conversations that we've had with people who come in, it's never judging. It's always just, oh, here I have information. Let me share something with you.
Yeah.
Dennis is notorious for being a sharer
Oh.
instead of a teacher, right? Because
I
share.
love that. I love that he made that distinction. He's a sharer, and I was like, okay, now I get it. I get why he is the way he is, and
Yeah.
if we can just even a little bit share something with the rest of you,
Right.
we're golden.
Well, I think
Yeah,
we've been at this an hour now.
Mhm.
Woohoo! And
it goes by fast.
that was a lot of fun.
It was.
I think it was a good conversation. So we're going to end it here. Everybody out there, again, this is Rick,
This is Nain.
and this has been the Kali Konversation, and we'll be seeing you guys next week sometime.
Thank you very much. You guys have a wonderful
Don't
night.
forget to like and subscribe.
Oh yeah.
If I don't say
like,
that,
subscribe,
yeah.
follow, all that jazz, because we're gonna have a lot more conversations.
Oh yes. You guys have a wonderful night. And in 3,
Okay.
2, 1, cut!